What's up, guys? Welcome to That Creative Life. It's me, James Mathis, and today we're going to talk about how I got into photography. So let's roll that intro and let's get started. Okay, so the world of photography, it's such an exciting and fun world. You get so many opportunities. You get to capture memories and moments that otherwise would not have been captured, and it's such an amazing art form. But how did I get into it? And that's what we're going to talk about today. As some of you know, if you've watched any of my past videos, the initial thing that got me into cameras in the first place was learning how to do videos so that I could do music videos of my original music, because I was trying to push my original music. And then when I got a camera, I just fell in love, like taking pictures and taking videos and doing that kind of stuff. It just instantly clicked and I loved it. But how did I learn this whole thing? Like, did I just pick up the camera and magically I was like, oh, my shutter speed needs to be 250, my ISO needs to be 100, and my aperture needs to be 2.8. Like, did I instantly know that? Obviously not. But how did I learn that stuff? And so I'm gonna give you 3 ways that I learned photography. That way, if you are just now getting into the field, or if you've ever had any questions about it, you can kind of go along the same journey I did, because I've been doing this for about a year, and you know, I've shot some pretty big gigs. I've done some pretty big video work, and it's kind of awesome. And 1 year I've been able to do this much, and these 3 things are what enabled me to do that. And so number 1 is I am a research Nazi. Zombie. I don't know why I almost said zombie. I'm not even watching, I'm kind of watching the zombie show. Anyway, tangent aside, I'm totally watching Supernatural on Netflix. If you've not seen it, you should totally check it out because it's the best show ever. Anyways, I am a research Nazi. I am obsessed with learning things. I'm forever the student. I always want to know more and grow more and be better. And so when I had decided that I wanted to start shooting music videos of my original music, I went onto YouTube and researched. I went onto Google and typed in research stuff. And I learned everything I could, so that when I first picked up a camera, I basically knew how to shoot manual before even ever having touched one. I never shot automatic, ever. It's kind of awesome. Originally, I did occasionally shoot shutter priority or aperture priority, depending on the situation, but for the most part, it was always manual settings. And that brings us to point number 2, which is kind of tied in with number 1, is YouTube videos. You know, that's part of the reason why I do this, is to share those things that I've learned, so that it'll help you along your journey of becoming a photographer and learning all the tricks of the trade. I watch YouTube videos. I watch people that I found who I thought were amazing photographers and videographers, and I'd watch their stuff and I would try to match their stuff and I'd try to copy their stuff. And that was one of the ways I learned, was by just watching people. And there are several that I watched. I mean, obviously the big ones, you know, Peter McKinnon, Matty Hapoya, Evan Rampt, who's one of my favorites, Chris Howe, Sarah Dietschy became one later down the road, in which, let's not get started on That Creative Life, because if I had known that before, I probably wouldn't have named it that. Oh well, I mean, you know, nothing's original nowadays, right? So anyways, moving on. I would watch these photographers, I would take a picture of theirs, I would try to recreate it, and I'd try to edit it like it, and I would take the things I learned and progress forward. And so, becoming a photographer, I very much used influences from past photographers. I would look up pictures by Ansel Adams and some of the greats that everybody knows, and everybody should study their pictures to see how they do it. And so by doing that, it allowed me to kind of learn how they're doing these things by trying to emulate them. And so number 3 is that I went out there and I did it. I took photos. I took photos constantly. I mean, I was taking photos of everything and anything. Flowers at my church, rocks on the ground, leaves on the ground, like anything that I could think of to take pictures of. I was like, and no, I'm not recreating that sound effect. That is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I hope you enjoyed it, because that's not happening again. I don't think I could redo it if I tried. But anyways, taking pictures of as much as I could, trying to understand composition and exposure and all those different things. That way when I get back to the computer, I can focus on color grading and contrast and understanding how all this stuff works. And so the way I learned photography was researching, watching YouTube videos, and doing it, and getting out there and just diving in, like not being scared, like, oh, it's not good, I'm not going to share this with anybody. No, like, first photos I took, I posted them, I'm like, check this out, I'm freaking awesome. And I go back down, I'm like, oh my God, you're horrible. And that's part of the journey, is by growing and not being afraid to share your work and getting constructive criticism. getting advice from those who have been doing it for a while. And so if you are getting into photography, if you've not really been into it and you're trying to figure out how all this stuff works, dive in, guys. Like, just go for it. Research, watch YouTube videos, and just do it. And I know this was kind of a tangent, and I know this lens was completely in the intro for no good reason. Although I just realized the stabilization was off, and so I wonder if that's why my videos have been shaky when I was doing the outside stuff. So if my videos look better from now on, it's because I'm an idiot and I had the stabilizer on my lens turned off, which I'm gonna test this out here in a minute, because if that's what it was, I'm gonna laugh at myself. Anyways, today has been tangent filled, but I hope it was some good, useful information. And if you are trying to improve your photography, those are 3 ways I definitely recommend. It's just, research, watch YouTube videos, and go out and do it. That's the most important one. Just do it. Spend time doing it. Anything you're practicing, you're spending your time on, is something you're going to be getting better at. So, anyways, this video is a little late in the day. Sorry, I'm still so far behind. I'm so far behind on life in general. I'm trying to get caught up, okay? Believe it or not, weeks off tend to be harder than the weeks where I'm actually working, and I don't get it. But anyways, tangents. Good Lord, I've been on like 1,000 tangents today. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you followed my train of thought, because, sometimes I didn't. But we ended in the right place, and I guess that's all that matters. Love you guys. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to live that creative life. Bye.